Hello, welcome to today's race stream here for the Formula 3 stream series. Ignore that noise in the background. We are going to have an exciting race here today. There was a bit of a mix-up in qualifying that we just had just now, but not to worry, it's not going to issue us at all. It just means that we have a slightly different result. I'll run you through the grid, or how the grid, as far as I know, is going to be made up. It's going to start off with the driver who is the furthest bottom in the... Oh, hang on, no, the grid order has just been put into the information channel, so I will read it off for you right now. Let me just have a look. Let me just move to the channel where it's in. Okay, I will now read you the Formula 3 starting grid for the Belgium Grand Prix. On pole position we have Racing Fox, then we have Posey, then we have Gab, then we have Lud, and then we have M, and then we have Fort, and then we have Alfie, then we have Levy, and then we have Mech. Alfie's going to have his job cut out for him, having to catch up to Posey and overtake him, but he's got to overtake so many more people, and he's got to avoid the chaos that will be turn 1. So let's just have a look at Racing Fox. As we wait for the lights, let me get the camera in position. And here we see the grid for the race today. Now we're just waiting for the race control to set everyone up. And by that I mean to put on the 5 red lights. And then we'll be going. What fun. Fotoka thinks he's out already, which isn't good. Hopefully he can get back to where he needs to be. Oh, right. I remember his issue. His controller couldn't connect with the beam, so he can't actually control his car unless he decides to use keyboard, which I think he should. We're just all waiting for the lights. Don't know why Cyborg is there. This is round 9 of season 2, of course. In the practice races this week that we had, the whole of the week before, there was a lot of crashes at Eau Rouge, so expect to see a bit of a mix-up and a safety car, at least a virtual one, on lap 1. A few drivers swapping positions for some reason. Levy moving to the front. I don't know what is going on, because I'm not in the driver VC. But it seems there has been a mix-up in the information given to us. Okay, the new grid, as put in the channel by Alfie. The the very Alfie down there, is Racing Fox, then Levy, then Alfie. So Alfie's going to have to move up. And then Ludmill, then Gabby, then a Posey, and then Mick, and then M. And Ford did not start. He will not start today's race. We've already got one retirement, and the lights haven't even lit up. The drivers are obviously very confused. There was a massive grid reshuffling that has just happened. And Fotoka is out. As we get ready, Cyberella will have to go to the back unless they're doing a formation lap, but I don't think they'll be doing formation lap. As the safety car makes its way to the back, we should be starting soon. Drivers prematurely revving their engines. We're just waiting now until the lights come on, and my game has just moved itself to the back. Apologies about that, people. Okay. Race should be starting soon. Here we go. Now the drivers have been told no talking, but I already know that people will. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights are on. Out they go, and it's green. Away go the drivers. Lap 1. Here we see Alfie just trying to go up the inside of Racing Fox, who's sandwiched by Levy. Around the outside goes a Posey off the track. Alfie has spun it. We've got a first spinner, and it's Alfie pushing way too hard, obviously. On lap 1, let's ride on board with Mech as we go up Rouge. What can Mech do? What will Mech do? Mech goes wide, cuts Radion, actually. As we have a look at Levy. Oh, there's been an incident. Mech and someone else. Who was that? Lud? Not Lud. Mech and someone else has just had a massive crash. Meg and M. That was massive. Flying, that's got to be 10 feet in the air. That was. That. You don't want to see that. Safety car instantly called. Quite rightly. That was massive. These drivers not allowed to overtake anymore. Of course, lap 1 incident. That was a massive lap 1 incident. Not where I expected it to be. Of course, as I said, I expected it to be at Radion or Rouge, and it was at neither. It was halfway down the Kemmel Straight. It's not usually where you see the accidents happening. That was a scary accident. hope that everyone is okay. Of course, you saw Mech out of the car, but M upside down, of course. Nasty accident. Looking at Cyberella with the amazingly bright screen there. And the drivers passing through the final turn. Racing Fox leading the pack somehow. As they join up with the safety car. Lubmill up in second, Gabby in third. After Gabby, it's Posey, then Levy, and then Alfie. Alfie in last. The one in the pits. And who's that that's just gone off? Was that Posey? Posey going very wide on the exit of turn 1. Now we're just waiting. Let's just have a look. Yeah, that is the wreck of Mr. M. Nasty crash. There's a wheel in the middle of the track, which will need to be cleared very quickly. As the drivers making their way to the scene of the accident. Let's ride on board with Gabby now. No, this isn't Gabby, this is Lubmill. As we pass the scene of the accident. Driving over the debris there. Not exactly the line that you want to be taking. Yeah, more debris all the way down. Mech is being asked to reset to the pits. There's M with the wheel. Also being asked to reset. And we will now wait. Of course, lap 1, everyone's going to have fresh tyres. Everyone's going to have the fuel fresh. They're not going to change anything. Mills lost his front wing somewhere. Maybe got a bit too close to Racing Fox. We'll have to keep an eye out. Maybe the front wing is in a dangerous place as Cyberella goes very wide to Prix in the safety car. It's becoming a danger car. Will Lubmill pit? Is that actual damage or is that desync damage? We'll only find out at the end of this this lap or the next lap, because the safety car hasn't been called in yet. Alfie eager to get off the line. So is Lubmill. Very next door to Racing Fox. It's not where you want to be. The safety car is in this lap. So we'll see what will happen. Everyone wants the safety car to go faster. So it will be interesting to see what happens. Will the safety car speed up? Will it slow down? Well, it's going to have to. Everyone's going to have to slow down to let the safety car go. So far, they're not letting the safety car get back to the pits. This is very weird. You know, not something that we usually see. The safety car lights have gone out. But Racing Fox is not letting it go back to the pits. Why is Racing Fox not letting it go back to the pits? We'll have to wait and see. Let's ride on board with Gabby now. Let's ride on board with Gabby now as we look at the race restart. Lubmill in the pits. Obviously, that front wing was gone. Green flag. Levy right behind Racing Fox. Massive getaway there. A few drivers in the pits, actually. Not just Lud. Gabby very wide at turn 1. That lets Alfie up the inside. Looking at Alfie now. Next door to Gabby. And, oh, very close there. Alfie, of course, very talented when it comes to overtaking. Gabby wide at Radion. Cuts Radion. Be interesting to see what the stewards make of that. Chucking up grass and dirt into Levy as they go side by side. Looking at Levy now into the next set of corners. The right, left, right at the top of the hill. What's going to happen? Levy getting in front, deeper on the brakes. And coming out the 69 car in front of Gabby, but Gabby is not going to let him get away, trying to go up the inside into the right hairpin. Gets the move done. Levy very wide on the exit. Clearly didn't want to let him get too far away. And Gabby's had a moment. What's Gabby done? Gabby's collected it, but he got very sideways on the exit there. That is not what you want to do. These tyres wear out so quickly on this server that if you spin or go wide, that's half a lap of wear gone just like that. So Levy will be wary of that. Gabby will be more prone to spinning out now that they've had that little moment. Alfie locking up as he passes Racing Fox. I missed that for the lead. Let's have a look at the fight at the back now. Posey way in front of everyone else. Love Mill continues on. He's lost out from a Posey. Let's have a look at Alfie again as he enters the pits for his first pit stop. This will be lap 4 as he puts his hazard lights on. There's a wing in the middle of the pit lane. Let's have a look at Gabby, who's also in the pits for his pit stop. Racing Fox staying out. Racing Fox staying out and going on and on. Car number 9 has lost his front nose cone. I don't exactly know who that is off the top of my head, Meg, but he's out. So that must have been from when he TP'd. Levy exiting the pits with a Posey next door. Levy slips into a Posey, getting his slipstream up a Rouge. Let's ride on board now with a Posey up as we go up a Rouge. And Radion very close to the edge there. Levy, he's not going to be able to do that next lap with the tire wear from this, from the whole lap. As we see the gap not really shrinking to a Posey, and a Posey not really shrinking the gap to Gabby. But they're trying their hardest here, these drivers pushing these cars to their absolute maximum. Gabby kicking up dust. You don't want to do that too much there because that corner has a very high chance of losing your tyres. And Gabby spins it, holds his brakes this time, like in Lone Star. I think we all remember what happened there. And, well, yeah, good save there to not hit anyone. Let's have a look at Ludmill now. He's caught up to Gabby with that incident there with Gabby. Racing Fox just out doing his own thing. He's in front of Alfie, but for how much longer? I think we can see, we'll be able to see Racing Fox hitting this lap as we look at Alfie here. Very dynamic camera there. Into the bus stop chicane, we'll be seeing in a few moments flat out through that corner as Alfie gets a warning for track limits. Let's ride on board with Alfie as he catches up to the back of Racing Fox. And Racing Fox has gone wide. What's happened with the Racing Fox? It locks up, almost half spinning it in the bus stop chicane, enters the pits. And that's going to be his pit stop done very quickly on lap 5. There's a safety car. What's happened? A Posey's still going. What's happened with Ludmill? He's still going. Who's crashed? Mech is still in. Gabby's still in. Who has had an incident? Can't see an incident anywhere. Racing Fox is still in. Mech's Levy. Oh no, that's unfortunate for Levy. I can't quite see where he is. I think that's at the bottom of the racetrack. Now he doesn't want to be pushing his engine for too long, otherwise it will overheat As we can see, it has overheated there. Now, where is this? Let's just have a look. Yes, it's just where I thought it was. It's at the bottom of the hill, right before that twisty long straight. He's stuck in that gravel trap. It's such an easy mistake to do. You know, you dip a tyre on the grass on the entry, and that means you have no grip for the corner, and you just lose it into the gravel trap, as we see there. Very unfortunate. Let's have a look at Alfie as he enters. It actually might be a slightly different corner to what I thought. Let's ride on board. No, it is the corner that I thought. Alfie, of course, coming through this right-left chicane. Well, more set of corners. And we will see Levy stranded in the gravel trap. Of course, Alfie in the lead here. And he's just going to be having a whale of a time. He might even pit this lap. Let's just, let's have a look. Alfie really pushing his car. He's a master at pushing his car. Of course, he wins almost every race that he's in if he doesn't get taken out by someone. There's only a few races which he hasn't won where he wasn't taken out by someone. That he started as well. Let's have a look. Is he going to enter the pits? Yes, he does. He's going to have another pit stop. Let's have a look at his main rival this season, Posey, right here. Is he going to enter the pits? I think it'd be pretty stupid of him not to, and yes, he does enter the pit lane. Let's have a look at Ludmill, who's being chased by Gabby. Of course, these two drivers cannot overtake as they pass Levy there. Yeah, very unfortunate. Levy right there at the edge of the gravel trap. You've just got a feel for him. He was doing really well right now. Up until that massive mistake, which has cost him the race. You know, he could have won the race if he kept going. He was in a pretty high position, I think. But yeah, that mistake has cost him. Lubnil going very slowly, and Gabby locking up and going straight on. They don't pit. Neither of them pit. And Alfie is getting annoyed and asking where the safety car is. Of course, he is at the end of the Kemmel Straight. He's shouting at the race control, saying explicits to them, telling them to sort themselves out. Let's just have a look. Lubmill going up a Rouge, Gabby behind him. Let's go through, have a look at people who are still in the race. Of course, Alfie, and then we have a Posey. M is out. Lubmill still racing. Racing Fox still racing. Meg is out. Gabby still racing. And of course, we can't forget Levy, who is now recently out of the race. That Bluff Racing car stranded and blown up. That's going to be one hefty repair bill that he's going to have to pay. No, the engine's still running, but it's going to have damage to it. Surely, so he will have to pay for that. Ludmill and Gabby trying to catch up to the safety car, which is actually what Alfie is also trying to do. Alfie not caught up to the safety car yet, which hasn't, we think, left the pits. Let's just have a quick look. Okay, it is now at the end of the pit lane, but I think it could have been out there a bit earlier as Alfie goes in the pits again for another pit stop, 2 laps in a row. That's going to cost him a few £100 more, which will come out of his damage. And a Posey entering the pits as well. That was a long stop. I think he had a bit of damage, which he was getting fixed. Let's have a look at a Posey. How long is this stop going to be? 2, 3, 4. That was just a fuel and tyre stop. Racing Fox also in the pits. I don't know how many laps down Racing Fox is. He might be on the lead lap. If he is, he's P3, which is mega for Racing Fox. It's been a while since he's been in a race. It's been a while since he's been on the podium. but he'll get to drink that champagne again tonight as Alfie catches up to the safety car. Now Posey also catching up, as well as, of course, you've seen him, Racing Fox. Let's have a look at Ludmill. Ludmill's also in the gravel. That is not what you want. 2 drivers in the gravel. Now he's in a slightly different place to Levy, but his engine's also going to be busted. Can he get out? He's on the edge of the gravel trap. He might be able to get out, but his engine is going to be broken. He's going to have to... He's got suspension damage as well. That's going to be one hefty repair bill. And it looks like Ludmill is going to give up. He's claiming that Gabby's killed him. Well, we'll have to see. I'm sure there's going to be one report that goes long into the night there. The steward's room gonna be long. He makes it out. He does have a video of it. Unfortunately, we can't get that video. Is he going to reset? No, he doesn't. As you can see, Levy right there would have seen the incident with Ludmill if he had his camera pointed at the right direction. Ludmill now has to get it back to the pits. Let's just have a look at the supposed perpetrator, Gabby, who has now caught up to the safety car pack. And now we will just be waiting for the safety car to come in. That is unfortunate. By the sounds of it, Ludmill's engine has just blown up. No noise there. Yeah, I think his engine just died. So, Ludmill and Levy have both been told to teleport to the pits so we can get this race back underway. Safety car isn't coming in this lap. I don't think they've been keeping up with the laps. I don't remember them saying the last lap. Lap 6. It was ages ago. Yeah. Now we'll see the safety car come in next lap for sure. Hopefully, if both drivers do TP their cars. There we go, lap 7. Ludmill's TP'd his car back up, Levy's TP'd his car back up. These two drivers, with the safety car being called into the pits very, very late. Right at the latest. Well, no, it's too late, let's be honest. Way too late to call the safety car in. But anyway, let's ride on board with Racing Fox. As we go green, he can't overtake until the start-finish line, which is right there. Didn't get the jump on a Posey. Massive lockup around turn 1 for Alfie, deploying the smoke screen for the rest of the drivers. 4 drivers left in this Grand Prix. Racing Fox behind a Posey, getting that slipstream. I think he cut a Rouge slightly. Racing for no, Levy. No, not Levy. Levy's out. Posey. Ferraz creating another smoke stream halfway up Rouge. All drivers cleanly down. Camel straight. Dust being brought up. Alfie with a massive lockup. A Posey goes wide, and Racing Fox goes down the inside, takes P2 from a Posey. Is a Posey going to fall to the hands of Gabby, or is Gabby going to stay P4? Alfie with another massive lockup. His tyres must be so dead right now, screaming for help. That's what they'll be doing every corner, going, give me less force. They don't like locking up at every corner. And with every lockup, they wear more. As you can see, more smoke. And track limits have been warned about for Racing Fox and a Posey. More smoke from Alfie's tyres. He's gonna pit this lap, which will put him in P4. locking up at every turn. He is not enjoying this lap right now. Posey trying to go down the inside of Racing Fox. Racing Fox stays around the outside, giving a Posey space. A Posey sticks it down the inside and up this massive flat out section. Racing Fox trying to go down the inside. A Posey left the door wide open through the left-hander. A Posey and Racing Fox have gone wide. They've both gone wide. A Posey tries it down the inside into the bus stop, the chicane. Gabby almost gets collected by Racing Fox, who just turns in. Racing Fox fighting with a Posey right now. Gabby just holding it back, waiting, very civilized. He knows that if he goes for it, he might crash and bin it himself, which he doesn't want to do. He wants this podium as much as anyone else. Alfie didn't pit, by the way, guys. He is going up a Rouge. A Posey in P2 ahead of Racing Fox. Racing Fox trying to find a way up, snacking up the inside of a Posey, going round the outside of Camel Corner, down the Camel Straight. The two old racing drivers. Racing Fox closer in front, goes very wide into the end, and it clips with Gabby. Gabby rides up the inside of Racing Fox. Doesn't seem to be much damage between those two. Racing Fox has been overtaken by a Posey, and he got caught by Gabby. Gabby getting in front ever so slightly, ripping off the side pod cover for Racing Fox, and both drivers going wide. Gabby getting very slippy on the exit there, very eager to get past Racing Fox, get this P3. This is going to be looked at after the race. Of course, these both drivers are going to report that collision, or something must happen, as a Posey does a massive lockup this time. It was Alfie last lap. It's Racing Fox has spun it. Racing Fox has binned it almost at the bottom, like his buddy Levy did at this very corner right here. That was such good racing from Gabby and Racing Fox. But Racing Fox, he faltered. The pressure was too high for him. He just put the throttle down way too fast, and he is out of contention now. His tyres are going to be so warm, so worn as well from that. He's going to struggle to keep them in grip. Let's have a look at Gabby now. Can Gabby get... Oh, Gabby's entering the pit, so he won't get a Posey. He won't catch up to a Posey. The gap's going to get bigger. Of course, Gabby probably with damage. Let's ride on board as he enters his pits. Let's wait. 2, 3. That was way too short for everything. And a Posey, the only driver not to enter the pits, apparently. So apparently Alfie pit this lap. A Posey on a very different strategy. Let's have a look at Racing Fox exiting. It is being ridden on board with by his teammate buddy Levy, as he chases down Gabby. Riding on board back with Gabby. We are on lap 10, not lap 9. And these two drivers, Gabby and Racing Fox, they're in a league of their own right now. They'll just be fighting with each other if they can catch up to each other. If Gabby has another moment, if Racing Fox just goes faster. We've got 5 laps left, by the way. 5 excruciatingly chaotic laps. And, Alfie's just ridden away with this race. He's pushing his car, as I said, to the maximum that he can. Every corner. That's a lock up there. Who's in front of him? Has a Posey got in front of Alfie? A Posey's got in front of Alfie. Now, I didn't see this coming on in my bingo card. A Posey is in front of Alfie. Well, that does make sense. A Posey was the only one not to pit. So everyone else will have fresher tyres than him. But Alfie had a gap. Oh well. Let's have a look at Posey as he enters the bus stop chicane, locking up his tyre drastically. He's got a puncture right there, which is causing all this smoke. He enters the pits, 1 lap behind everyone else. Well, no, not one lap after everyone else. He is still on the lead lap. Of course, Alfie getting that position back. He was in the net lead. And Posey counting down his time. And he drives off again. We'll just have a look at the other 2 drivers who have just passed us. Gabby and Racing Fox. Racing Fox has caught up to Gabby nicely. Gabby goes wide at turn 1 as they catch up to Posey. Yeah, Posey. Gabby is neck and neck with Racing Fox entering Eau Rouge. Racing Fox takes the front position, which is P3, going through Eau Rouge and Radion. Gabby obviously not feeling strong enough to go too wide. Too wide though they are through the Camel Straight, entering turn 5. Gabby going on the grass before and after the curve. Very late turn in there from Gabby. Racing Fox though doesn't take the opportunity to get P3 back. Gabby very wide on the exit of turn 8. You know, as I said, you don't want to do that too much because it's a gamble as to whether your tyre will pop or not, as Gabby goes very, very wide through there. He's going to have to surely slow down as he gets a track limits warning. And well, Posey's ridden off and Racing Fox isn't able to keep up with Gabby. What's gone on with Racing Fox? Is he holding back to attack at a later time? We'll have to find out. But with 3 laps left, no one's going to be doing another pit stop, that's for sure. What can these 3 drivers do? These 3 drivers being Posey, Gabby, and Racing Fox right there. Will Racing Fox catch up to Gabby? We'll find out. Gabby goes wide again. He's going to get a penalty for that one because that's the 3rd time I think he's gone wide. That's going to be interesting. Lap 12 it is. And Racing Fox enters the pit lane again. There must be something wrong with his car. Gabby's going to be chasing down Posey, but let's have a look at the leader right now. Entering the Camel Straight through the Camel Corner, kicking up a bit of dust. That's alright, he's in the lead. He is on a Sunday drive. Very calm, very collected right here in the cockpit of the Tashua racing car. The car number 16. He's enjoying life. Let's have a look at Gabby, who is losing time to Posey by the second. Racing Fox going up over Rouge. Gabby's trying his best to catch up to Posey, but he's just not finding the grip, finding the turning speeds that Posey can. And he's losing time and time. The more time that passes, the more time is between them. That is the nature of gaining a gap. And Posey is doing that very well. Gabby somehow avoiding all of the puncture places on this track. Because I've seen him go over all the punctures, but he's just not getting them. It's amazing, as he wasn't full throttle through there. No, you don't go full throttle, but surely you go throttle later than there. He seems so uneasy with these tyres. He is not confident at all. You can hear it in the car. The car isn't that high in the revs. Does he have low fuel? I think he's running out of fuel as we enter lap 13. That marks 3 laps left. Lap 13, 14 and lap 15. Unless it's a 13 lap race, but I think it's a 15 lap race. This is going to be very interesting. Is Gabby going to enter the pits? I think he's trying to save fuel. Yes, he does. He enters the pit lane. And that's an interesting turn in the race, as Alfie is boxed once again, and that brings him closer to Posey. Riding on board with Alfie now through a Rouge. Posey following him nicely, losing a bit of time because he can't go full throttle with the aero swash, the dirty air coming off of Alfie. But down the Camel Straight, Posey not gaining on Alfie. Of course, well, Alfie has fresher tyres, so he's going to be able to get a better exit on these corners than Posey. But that's very interesting that he couldn't even use Slipstream to his advantage. Of course, dirty air turns into Slipstream on the straights, and vice versa. In the corners, Slipstream turns into dirty air, in case you didn't quite know that. But yeah, Alfie's gonna once again walk away with this race win. And Posey has no answer for that. Let's have a look at Gabby, who's behind Racing Fox now, so obviously with that pit stop it would make Gabby behind Racing Fox. Gabby locking up his front left massively all the way into that turn. And let's have a look at Racing Fox through Puan. Oh, he goes wide. That's going to be possibly noted by the stewards. 2 wheels very close to the edge of that white line. I'm not sure if he went wide, but it sure looked like he's pushing it everywhere. He goes wide there. Maybe they will notice, maybe they won't. By they, I mean the stewards. Because these stewards, they're probably going to be bored in this race, but I don't know how you could. There's been a lot of action that's happened this race. I'm actually quite happy with this race, on how it's gone. Posey rounds the corner over the start-finish line to start lap 15, I think that is. No, lap 14. These drivers have got a lot of track limits warnings. The stewards seem to be very forgiving on this race today, as we get the confirmation lap 14. And Alfie pushing the car to the limit, flat out again through a Rouge and Radion. Let's just have a look at Racing Fox as he enters a Rouge. There is Posey being chased by Gabby. Posey has obviously had a pit stop, flat through a Rouge. He's going to be chasing down Racing Fox as we go through the Camel Straight. We see that gap getting bigger into the braking zone. That might just be desync, because desync can make your car teleport forwards, which of course would change the distance. Posey trying to put in hot laps, but also trying to defend from Gabby behind. Gabby putting on an amazing amount of pressure. But Racing Fox, the gap between Posey and Racing Fox is shrinking by the second. Riding on board with Posey now. What is going on? Oh, just to the maximum there. That's at the amount of track that you can possibly use anymore, and you're off track. Posey pushing his car to the maximum, and he's gaining on Racing Fox. This will be very interesting. Gabby is losing time to Posey. Gabby has no answer to the speed that Posey has on these fresh tyres. Of course, I don't think Gabby has pit, and I don't think Racing Fox has pit. Here is Posey. Racing Fox has gone wide at the bottom of the hill, and well, this is going to be the easiest overtake that Posey will have to do in his life. Going through the flat left-hander, through another flat left-hander. Posey isn't going to go through it here. Is he going to dive bomb through the bus stop chicane? Let's just have a look. Dive bombing down the inside, late braking there, and they both spin. Racing Fox and Posey spin, and oh, that's so messy. Gabby almost gets taken out by Posey as he rejoins the track. That is going to be investigated very, very closely. Gabby, I think, has a solid case there on a Posey on an unsafe re-entry as Racing Fox spins it again at turn 1. That is not what you want to do, spinning it into corners twice. Let's have a look at Gabby in the final lap, up Rouge, up Radion. And let's have a look at the P3 driver. Currently it is a Posey. Can a Posey gain on Gabby or not? Let's just have a look at where Alfie is. Alfie is going through Paul now. That's about half a lap down, at least a third of the lap possibly. Let's have a look at Gabby, just going through the chicane. And Gabby putting on pressure from a getting pressure slowly put on from a Posey. The gap shrinking and shrinking between a Posey and Gabby. Racing Fox is also behind us, as you can probably hear. Right there, you can see his name tag in the back. The gap to Gabby shrinks. Smaller and smaller, corner by corner. Let's have a look at where Alfie is. We'll continue with Alfie until he crosses the line through the bus stop chicane for the final time. The penultimate corner and the final corner, they make up the bus stop chicane, pushing it to the edge, right on the edge of grip. You know, he had the limit there. Any further he would be off, but he crosses the line and wins the Belgium Grand Prix of BTCC. Let's have a look at Gabby. Gabby's gone off. Gabby's in the gravel. We missed that looking at Alfie. Where's a Posey? A Posey's going to be I'm flabbergasted by that. At the same place that Levy has, Gabby's gone off and has retired on the final lap. As we see a Posey rounding the final corner now. I hope you guys had popcorn for this race. It's been jam-packed start to finish. A Posey second. Let's have a look at not Levy. Well, Gabby's out. I've completely forgot the final driver, Racing Fox. Let's have a look at Racing Fox rounding the final corner over the start-finish line now, and he takes the final podium position. What a turn of events on the final lap. I didn't expect that ending to this race, as Racing Fox does his amazing 360 there. Or maybe that was a 480. Entering the pits the celebratory way. That was something else. I did not expect that ending to the race. Wow. That just goes to show that anything can happen in BeamGP. Of course, Alfie winning. We could see that from lap 2. And as he just got away in clean air, he was gone. Avoiding all dangers, all shenanigans. Posey had a very messy race, but he's brought it home in second. I think that's the best that he could possibly ask for this weekend. And, wow. Racing Fox, on his return to F3, he's put it on the podium, the bomb step, but that doesn't matter. A podium is a podium. It wasn't the cleanest race from him, but it was a race from him. And what a race that was. My heart goes out to Gabby, who unfortunately died on the final lap. I use that term very generally. He didn't die, of course, he just retired. How unfortunate. But, wow, what a race. Next weekend we'll be in America for the California GP, and then after that we're staying in California, West Coast USA. Yeah, and we will have the Blasco GP. 2 very good races, 2 very good layouts of the track, and I hope you guys can watch them with me next weekend. From now on, for now, until then, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful morning, evening, day, and we'll catch up next weekend in Belasco.